Hi everyone, I just wanted to mention and talk about for a few minutes. I guess I can call it one of the milestones or one of the dominant features in on the twin flame journey, and that would be jealousy. And I think that on the topic of jealousy, I probably could talk for a really long time about this, but I'm just going to touch on one aspect of it, or maybe just going to try to explain why jealousy may come up and kind of what to do about it, or what to try to do about it, I should say. Because through time, I've learned a lot when it comes to the jealousy aspect of the journey. So, a lot of divine feminines that I've spoken to, and I say divine feminines, and I mean in the energy. It's not gender-based, but also the divine feminine is usually the one that is more in touch with what is going on spiritually, emotionally. But yes, it can definitely be the masculine as well. It could be a divine feminine who is male, or it could be divine masculine that is more aware. So I try to be careful with labels, but I'm just trying to get the collective, that's who I'm referring to, ones on the twin flame journey who are really talking about it more, and or I should say who have been talking about it more often. Lately, I have heard that more masculine energy, that is there. Some of those masculine, divine masculines are talking about it as well, to some extent at least. So anyway, the divine feminines that I've spoken to, some of them told me that jealousy was right from the get-go, right from the beginning, and that could be, in some cases, their divine masculine was married, or had a girlfriend, or had a karmic, or could, or had many, many dates. And even if they were single, they just were pretty caught up in trying to find out what their divine masculine is doing, maybe on social media. Well, when this first happened, occurred to me that and nobody, you might not want to take this advice, but in a certain situation, you might realize I'm a little older when I had my encounter with my twin flame. So immediately I thought, I did actually go on social media once, and I took information, that was public, and I thought about it for a long time. But what I thought about also was that we can't really go by social media unless they're live talking about something, in a chat. That's something different. But if they're publicly posting, I don't know, I guess it could depend. I guess maybe sometimes younger people are very currently active in social media, like all the time, but as you get older, sometimes you have Facebook pages that are just pretty dormant for a long time. So I was told by my intuition not to go by that too much, just actually what I really was told was don't look, because some things are outdated and some things are left up there even if they're done, and some things are not put up there for other people may see it, and the person is keeping it private, and meanwhile you're thinking, oh, they're not with anyone right now, but they're just not posting it yet, or at this time. So I really don't think it's a very good way to judge what's going on. Of course, this is if you are in physical separation and you're trying to find out the latest about your counterpart. Anyway, beside that, there is the emotional aspect side of jealousy that just pretty much in the twin flame dynamic could, in some cases, some people I've spoken to, could burn through you, like lead to anger, frustration, upset, many times, though, I know that this jealousy can also lead to purging some old um, insecurities that often the divine feminine may have about herself, whether it's body image or deep down inside in the soul, if they were made to feel unloved in any way or abandoned. And this is pretty common in the people that I've spoken to and within myself as well as a twin flame. So yes, jealousy in an exorbitant amount is often a sign that we need to address something within ourselves. Okay, because getting obsessed in any kind of thinking or thought patterns like that is just not giving yourself pleasure. It's not giving yourself a break. It's not giving yourself the space to see that love is for you. You're kind of thinking it must be for someone else, or somebody's going to get to that person before I do. And it's really, that's where obsession comes in, and you're trying to control the whole thing. And of course, in my opinion and many others, this doesn't really lead to closeness and bonding with your twin flame. This kind of adds more energetic separation. There's no real separation, but there is separation in the love. You're actually separate from the love between the two of you. It's not really separated from that other person, your counterpart. But so, the answer is obviously to get closer to yourself and to find your way out of this one of the many emotions that we come across, which is jealousy. So, now how does one do that if the person, our counterpart, is with someone? I really can't claim to know this because I know that when I met my counterpart, he was on his way out of a relationship, going through a separation. But still, he very well could have been out on dates soon after that. And I'm really not going to be getting into that much, this specific situation, just to protect the privacy of it. But the way that, in general, the short answer is to go within ourselves and to find the peace of mind and to find the way that we can get secure within ourselves so that we can handle our beloved with another person temporarily or however it may be. Some people are with partners, and even the divine feminine is with a partner and they both love each other. People tell their partners. There's all kinds of different situations. But as far as the jealousy that upsets you, I would suggest to write everything down, anything that triggers you, and what happens after. Like if you have to cry it out, I would suggest to, because there hasn't been a time when I spent time crying or that beautiful things didn't come out of it. A beautiful self-love, self-care, and even forgiveness, and leading me more towards unconditional love for myself and my twin flame. So this is what I would suggest if the jealousy is a lot. And also I would suggest leaving comments on this video and send me an email anytime, and I will help. If you want coaching, I offer a 15-minute consultation to get to know your situation, and a 30-minute session and a 60-minute session. So the prices are on my blog, and they are on the services page. So please, but if you have anything that you want to share in the comments, I try to get to those all the time, every day. I try to. So please share any of your experiences when it comes to jealousy on this twin flame journey. And remember, the twin flame is not like anything else. I know that the people I've spoken to and my own experience, I have never really witnessed the amount of jealousy that you can have, whether the other person is in a relationship or not. It can get pretty intense, or very intense, but yet you still really have trouble cutting the cords and separating, because in my experience that is impossible. Basically, that is the issue. So it's like you are being forced to love when you are not in that kind of environment that we're used to, that would induce love. Like, we're not in a situation where we're going to be going out on a date, or we just had several dates and we can't wait for them to call. And, they actually could be with someone else, or they could be single by themselves, not calling you. But yet this kind of jealousy and this kind of love, it just is. It burns. It burns like a flame. I mean, this is what it is. It doesn't really, it's not affected by what is going on in the 3D. And that's what you have to keep remembering, that this is unlike other relationships. In other relationships, sometimes we get jealous, and if they move on, very soon after that, we're moving on. It's like, okay, let bygones be bygones. I'll talk to you at another time, a later date. Let's try next year, with this person. They're busy, they're dating. And it just fades. It just fades. That's human nature. That's how we are, even with our soulmates here. That's what I call them, soulmates. But when it comes to the twin flame, this is a whole different world. And I understand that. So if you feel confused about it, like I said, send an email or leave a comment and let me know what is confusing you. I will try at any time. I'm very passionate about this because it's been a crazy ride, and beautiful, more beautiful than anything I've ever experienced, and pretty much very difficult, like very difficult situations or even worse. It can be extremely difficult. So, but we also can strive to concentrate as much as we can on the beautiful part. And that's how I'm going to close this recording. And I hope everybody's good. I hope everybody takes care of themselves. And remember, this is my little message to leave you with. One of the key factors of the twin flame relationship dynamic, whether in separation or not, because this could happen energetically, physically and energetically, or just energetically, that when you do something to give something to yourself in the energy or in the energy and physically, your twin flame will then give you the same thing to you or give to themselves. It will just be a complete magnet to love you and to love them. I will have more on this in another audio, but it will be basically magnetic to the twin flame, where in other dynamics and relationships, you have to maybe give more love to them at any moment, or you have to act independent, and that really, you know, makes them love you or like you. But in this, I have learned that if you go out and give yourself a new haircut or a new outfit, or you sit and meditate for 2 hours just thinking about yourself, or you write everything positive about you, and you spend time sitting alone, I'm not joking. This is any form of self-care that you can do is recommended for you, of course. And when it comes to your twin flame, they love it too. They will love you for it. I'll just put it that way. All right, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I will see you soon. Thanks. Okay, take care. Bye.